Morning. I'm here in maybe what we can say is a nondescript hotel, and it's perhaps less descript parking lot, the sort of back parking lot. It's a little bit less commotion, a little more quiet. But I've been hearing these birds cawing. Last few hours, maybe 18 or 12. Heard from a few people who had near-death experiences. And reached out in one way or another. So I found myself meditating for them, sending good thoughts from juju and so forth. And then giving some advice. So I thought maybe I'd practice some of that advice here. And as I came out to the parking lot, you could see this tree here. It's birch that caught my eye, and then the sort of form of it is belied by the oak in front of it, which in the lower half is green, and then the top it's showing some clear evidence of the oncoming autumn. So of course, the birch is having the experience that we see there down here, but down here is kind of covered in the sort of pyramidal aspect, apparently. So this really gave me this sort of visual. I can't tell if you're still seeing it. Kind of gave me this visual of life and near death, kind of seemingly like one tree, but of course it's two. And so I thought we'd walk up there, and so the homework that I had suggested to those people in distress was to be barefoot and step onto the earth, away from the pavement and so forth. And so that's what I've done here. Stepping onto the earth, and thought we'd kind of come up a little closer to the tree and do a little meditation on life as a near-death practice, which of course is what life is. Life is a lifelong practice of approaching death. Of course, death is also a near-life practice or experience or expression. So I've come up here. I'm gonna sit next to this little bed of lichen by the roots of the birch, and beside the little oak. I feel like I'm being invited to sit here, so that's what I'm going to do. Kind of overlooking the hotel, and maybe I'll find a spot to try and hang this camera in this little oak. See if she falls or not. It's see, if something like that might work. So, not as well as I had hoped, but I see another spot which may work. I'm doing something fairly acrobatic, but you can't see my body. And I was going to sit, but I think I'll be out of the camera, so I'll stand. So I'll just do a little standing meditation to balance the three bodies, woven into the tree a little. So the advice that I gave for people shaken by the proximity of the possibility of their own death or injury was to feel into the earth barefoot, come into renewed relationship with the body, and also with the aliveness of that body. Feel the vigor and vitality to whatever extent that is extant in the body. So that I don't lose my train of thought, I'll continue the advice that I gave, although that step one there would probably take some time. But following that, the idea was to ask after the self as to whether one can be help to others, and how, if so, one might be a help to others. And step three was to do that, enter into that act of helping. But our focus here will be on that step one, that feeling into the earth, accessing a renewed experience of one's physical presence in relation to the earth and the aliveness within that body. So it's not the thinking of, oh my goodness, I'm alive, or I'm glad, or I'm happy I'm alive, now here's my plans, or I'm going to call my mother, or something like that. It's not a thinking about being alive. So it's not even entering into the notion of gratefulness, but it's just experiencing, which is what the feet on the earth, the bare feet on the earth, can help to really feel that. So I'm in the three-body posture. See if I can bring a connection between the spiritual, the mind, heart, and the body realms. This is Santishi. I have my hands connected to this branch, this birch, and the camera, which may be moving a bit, is resting in the oak that we saw earlier. Maybe we can get a sense. Thank you. But I can feel with the hand connected to the birch, the air moving. You could probably see the movement of the camera as that oak receives the breeze. rest into the body, feel into the earth. A nice practice might be to hold the heart with whatever hand feels appropriate. For me, it happened to be the right. Just holding the heart, trying not to get on that expressway of thinking of gratefulness, but feeling into the experience of aliveness present within the body, which is also alive, which is also connected to the earth, which remains in its own living presence, its own supportive self, ever under us. So the basic idea is to feel into a physical presence of self, and then ask if there is something that you can do, and then what that would be, how it would be done. And then step 3 is to go ahead and do it. So this has been step 1, brought to you by Oak and Birch Productions. And this heart-shaped patch of lichen on the ground. And this is just a tiny little patch of green between, I guess, some road here and the hotel, which I've already shown you. But I think I may wander through here just a little bit. And thank you very much from yet another location. Love.